Hello, viewers. Welcome to another episode of the Impact Room podcast. In the Impact Room podcast, we have real people, we have real talk, and we get real impacts. So today, in the Impact Room podcast, we are going old school. What do we mean by old school? Now, before we had Google Map, we had people that read paper map, scales, and contours. But for the sake of Google Maps, so many things have gone down the lens. So you want to come and trick again to see what the reading of the map looks like and how it can still help in this age. So today with me, I have a very important personality, a teacher in person of Mr. Wilcox. So say hi to the viewers.
Hello everyone, my name is Wilcox Emmanuel. I'm a teacher. Thank you so much. Thank you
Okay,
for having me.
that is very good, Mr. Wilcox. You're welcome. So like you heard me say, before we had Google Maps everywhere, you can download into your phone. We had people that read map, and you happen to be one of them. So we want to know how relevant is reading of map in this era of Google Map. Thank you, sir.
All right, so much. Thank you so much. Normally, before the advent of Google Map, we had what we call real map reading, in which individuals, not only one person, can take 2 or 4 months to make a map, especially when it comes to world map. You know, during the olden days, we had paper map, and this paper map was very tedious to make because of you are bringing different parts, joining them together in a very large table, like very large. So when you combine the different parts of the map together, you can have your whole map. But now, with a click of computer, you can make a whole map within 1 hour. You can make a whole map. So I can still say the knowledge of making whole map the whole ways is still relevant today, because if you do not have pre-knowledge of making the whole map the whole way, you cannot make the new map using Google Map now.
Okay, in other words, you're telling us that it's from the knowledge of the paper map that enables the, is it digital map, or I call it, to put
Yes,
it together, that we have the Google
map.
map for today. That's very good. So what is the first thing, like I, a novice in map, should look at when I carry a paper map? What's the first thing I should look into?
The first thing you should look into is the title of the map, because with the title of the map, you can know what the map is for, like the purpose of the map from the title. It represents the whole thing
Oh,
in summary.
so map have titles and have purpose. We have different types of maps.
Yes.
Wow. And we are still here. We know nothing about it. So you need to break it down for us, so please. We have some very short terms of map. We have the scale, the legend, the contour lines. So please, to a layman, break it down for us.
Okay, starting with the scale. The scale of the map is a representation of the Earth, the distance of the Earth on a paper. Normally, before we take, let's start with the different types of scale. We have the linear scale, which is on numbers. Then we have the representative fraction, which is about ratio. Like, take for example, to say 1 cm to 20 kilometers on paper.
Okay.
That is to say, 1 cm on paper represents like 20 kilometers on ground.
On ground.
Then,
Okay.
yeah, the way we have statement scale. Statement scale is like the one I've just said now. So they are kind of different, but they still mean the same thing when compared together.
Okay, thank you. So what is the biggest mistake that people often make while reading paper map? The biggest simple and continuous mistake that is common.
Okay, for example, some people believe that you can just open your Google Map without data, that it will bring you whatever you have. But you need data in order for you to have access to Google Map.
Oh, so is that where I was lost some times ago? Because I
Definitely.
think I had one Google map and I was trying to get the location of my church. I was just clicking. I didn't even know how to start from. I didn't even understand anything. God will help us.
That's the problem.
So, if someone get lost using Google Map, like, can someone get lost? You go on the way, you miss your way, open Google Map. Can someone get lost at the process?
Okay, in terms of Nigeria, Nigeria aspect, we have issue with the accuracy of Google Map. It's not everything that is accurate when it comes to Nigeria content, but in developed world, you can accurately determine a place. You can also the Google Map can lead you to a place that is the start
The
point you
set
want
point.
you need. But here in Nigeria, it's kind of complicated because we don't have the facilities to have accurate mapping of the Nigerian space.
That's true. So, you personally, before you learn how to read maps, like the paper map precisely, have you ever been lost on the road before? Or using Google Map, have you ever lost your way? If yes, how did you find your way out of such situations?
All right, thank you so much. Normally, for us map makers, we don't have issue with locations because with our sense of geography, we can locate a place, you can navigate our way out in any situation.
Wow. So before, like I said before being a map maker, what was the difficulty? Have you ever lost your way before? That
Of
was a great
course,
one.
of course, of course, of course. As a layman, as a layman.
Oh, so as a layman, you lost. So how did you find your way out?
Okay, by
Without the
ask.
knowledge, that knowledge of map reading is not there. You don't even know anything about Google Map. How did you find your way out?
Okay,
What did
by
you do?
asking for directions by like from people that were standing by. That
Okay.
was the way out.
Okay. So now let's come back to Nigeria now.
Yeah.
Now, is Nigerian map accurate for divers, for drivers on the streets? Is it accurate enough to use?
I can say 80%. It's 80% accurate, but you still need people, help from people, in
Mm.
order for you to navigate Nigeria.
Okay, with even with Google Map.
Definitely.
Seriously. Then we should have someone should have a Google Map on the phone just on your data, on your map, and to give you direction, right?
Yes.
Okay, now I do see of lines. Is it contour lines? So
Okay.
how can contour lines how can we know when it's telling us that there is a hill or there is a valley?
All right. Thank you so much. You know, when a contour line is close together, like very close together,
Okay.
it means that the elevation is high. But when it is sparsely, like there's spacing from each other, that
Okay.
means it is kind of low land.
Hmm. When it's space, that's a low line.
Low land
When
here,
it's together, that's a
high,
hill.
yeah,
That's a hill.
hill,
So
high elevation.
okay, so how will you know when it's very high? No? Before you go to a place, you should know if we are going to has a very high hill that you cannot climb or very low. Is there anything like that that can tell someone through the
Okay.
map?
Um, for example, if you are talking about topography map, we have what we call contour lines and we have what we call interfeasibility. As a geographer, I can easily depict where an island is, a mountain, whatsoever, through what we call interfeasibility. All you need to do is for you to bring out your map, then have a piece of paper, white paper, in which you can take lines of the contour lines. Then you now place them on your graph paper, then plot it. As high it is, it shows that
Shows.
the place is very high. So the interfeasibility between A and B, there is an opaque object, which is the
Hmm.
elevation. That means somebody in A cannot see somebody in B. That's it. That's how you
I think I am
interpret it.
learning. That means to be a diver, you don't just need to carry your Google map on the road. You need to at least work with what's it called? Map makers, geographers to help you.
Only if you can pay.
Ah, seriously. Is the
People,
pay that high?
Yeah, because they will suspend whatsoever they are doing to accompany you.
Okay, that's
Phone location is on. So my advice is for them, if you are going out, especially the boat drive